Good morning, my name is Engineer B.Tech. Welcome to today's session of Motivational Skills, and the topic for today's discussion is making effective presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, it is said that if you are able to present yourself effectively in front of a crowd, you can establish a very good reputation of yourself in society, in industry, in your work life. Therefore, having ability to make good presentation is really a professional asset, and we all should have this ability in our personality. Now, if talking about the core concept of presentation, whenever you are presenting something in front of the audience, there are certain very crucial aspects on which you work very thoroughly so that your presentation is well accepted by your listeners. Now, the very first thing is audience analysis. Try to analyze the people who will be sitting in your presentation, who will be watching your presentation. Try to analyze that what is the age group of those people. Try to analyze that what is the professional background of those people. Try to analyze that what is the educational background of those people. These things must be analyzed well in advance before going for any kind of presentation, because if you are fully aware of the educational background and the professional background of your listeners, you can prepare your content according to that. You can prepare your content which will be well accepted by a particular kind of group. That's why knowing your audience in advance is very much required. Now, when you actually go for presentation, when you are in front of your audience delivering the presentation, here you must concentrate on three aspects. You must divide your subject into three parts: introduction, main body, and conclusion. Introduction, main body, and conclusion. In introduction, you must explain your topic in brief, that what is the core matter of the topic, why you are discussing this topic, and what is the basic concept of that particular topic. In introduction, you must explain these things so that your audience is well aware in advance that yes, this is the topic which we are going to listen now. Next comes main body. In main body, you deeply explain your topic of presentation. You tell everything about that particular topic, whatever is necessary. And the last point is conclusion. In conclusion, you say that what is the real life utilization of that particular thing which you have explained in your presentation. How it is going to affect the life of the people who are listening to you. How it is going to affect the life of people in long run. What are its pros and what are its cons? What are its drawbacks and what are its benefits? These things are ultimately explained during conclusion. So your presentation is divided into three parts: introduction, main body, and conclusion. Now today we make use of PowerPoint. PowerPoint has become a very crucial tool for making any kind of presentation. While making PowerPoint slides, please keep this thing in your mind, that make your slides more graphical and less in written form. The written part should be less and the graphic part should be more. Because graphics are highly appealing, people concentrate on graphics and they love graphics. So if you present your material in the form of graphics, it will be easily acceptable by the audience. But if you overload your slide with large number of written content, audiences start feeling bored. Moreover, they feel that whatever you have written, you are just repeating it, you are not presenting anything on your own. Whatever has been written in the slide, you are just repeating it, and it spoils your reputation as a presenter. That's why try to prepare your presentation more in graphical form and then explain that particular graphic in your own words. Make the presentation graphical and explain the graphics in your own words. This establishes your reputation as a thorough presenter in front of the audience. This is very important. Now, make use of audio visual aids and props. Try to explain the things in graphical form. Try to explain the thing to the audience in the form of video clips, sound audios, and by the mode of props also. Now, what is prop? Prop is anything that you can use to explain your point of view in a better way. The prop can be any kind of object that you think is suitable for explaining something in a proper way to the audience. It can be any object. It can be a book, it can be umbrella, it can be shoes, it can be any kind of cloth, It can be anything which is directly related to the subject that you are going to explain to the audience, which is related to the topic that you are explaining to the audience, so that by looking at the real life thing, audience can understand your point of view in a better way. That is known as prop. And great presenters always make a thorough use of these props. So this is the criteria of delivering a successful presentation. Now, when the presentation is over, the audience are supposed to clarify their doubts by asking certain questions. Now, while answering the questions of the audience, you must remember that you have to answer the question of every person, whosoever is asking the question, in a thorough way, in such a manner that the person's doubt is cleared. This is the whole criteria of the question answer session. If the doubt is not cleared, it means the question answer session is not successful. Now, when people start asking question, if you know the answer of that question, try to explain it thoroughly so that the other person understands it. If you do not know the question of, if you do not know the answer of that particular question, now sometimes it happens that audience asks certain questions about which we don't know anything, or instantly nothing comes in our mind. So if you think that the question is absolutely unknown to you, you request that audience that, okay, I will clarify your doubt after the presentation is over. During that period, while you are making the presentation, look at your laptop, desktop, whatever you have, and try to find out the answer of that particular question, and then explain the answer when the presentation is over. Now, this is the situation when you entirely do not know the answer of that particular question. Second situation is you know the answer of the question, but instantly the answer is not striking your mind. Instantly, at the time when the question is asked, at that particular time, the answer is not striking your mind. In that case, what will you do? In that case, please don't feel humiliated. Forward that question to everybody else sitting in the audience. You heard the question, instantly this thought came to your mind that I do not know the answer of this question. Or I know the answer of this question, but right now I'm not finding the words and sentences to explain it properly. I will forward this question to other members of the audience. And then you can very enthusiastically tell it to other members of the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful question has been asked by this gentleman. Can I know anyone who can clarify the doubt of this particular individual? Definitely someone will speak if you say like this. Definitely someone from the audience will say something. And when someone from the audience says something, try to listen to it very carefully. The idea will instantly come in your mind. And when that person has finished, explain his words from your point of view. Explain thoroughly, because, as I have already said, you know the answer of this question, but you have forgotten at that particular moment. So when this person explains the other person about that particular thing, the idea instantly strikes your mind and you are able to explain it in more better way, because you are the real presenter. You already have knowledge of it, but instantly it was not striking your mind. That's why you were not able to answer that particular question. So by following this strategy, you can clarify the doubt of the individual without degrading your own reputation as a presenter. This is very much important. And if you think that some member of the audience is not relating to what you have said, he is against your point of view and he is behaving in a rude manner, in return, you don't have to behave in a rude manner. It will spoil your credibility as a presenter. Be as polite as you can to the members of the audience, because your success entirely depends upon whether you are able to impress the audience that is sitting in front of you or not. If you fight with the audience members, it will spoil your reputation as a presenter, and in future nobody will ever come to your seminar, because you have lost your reputation as a polite person. You have lost your reputation as a professional personality. So never be rude to the people sitting in the audience. They are your hero. They are the people for whom you have prepared the presentation. Now, when you are ending the presentation, thank the audience thoroughly that yes, they have given you a very precious time. They listened to your presentation thoroughly. They appreciated your point of view thoroughly. You must be thankful to your audience for that. And while concluding the presentation, as I have already said, try to mention the future prospects of what you have described in your presentation, so that audience can understand that whatever they have heard during your presentation, it is of certain value to them in real life. If the audience is not feeling that whatever you have told, it is of some value to them in their real life, they will never relate to your presentation, and your presentation will never be a successful presentation. So in order to make your presentation successful, at the end, when you are ending the presentation, try to explain that what are the real life prospects of the topic that you have discussed with your audience. Try to explain them that how they can utilize whatever you have told in their real life and gain the desired benefits. This is the criteria of ending the presentation thoroughly. So ladies and gentlemen, these are few crucial points that you must keep in your mind while making a presentation, and believe me, you will definitely establish your credibility as a thorough professional, as a lovable professional. That's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you learned my today's video. Please subscribe my channel, Piyush Pandey, Trainer B.Tech MBA. That stands for Engineer Piyush Pandey, Trainer B.Tech MBA. And please don't forget to press the bell icon so that every time, whenever I make a new video, its notification is instantly available to you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.